We want the man who did this. And all I had to do was start on a given mark, walk to my second mark, raise my hand, and say, we want the man who did this. So they say to me,
sorry, did you feel that?
We want the man who did this. Here's your starting mark. I can't see anything. So they put a sandbag down, or they nail a piece of wood to the floor of the soundstage. This is normal practice. My first movie. I didn't know this. I thought I was being treated like the slow kid at the back of the class. And then they say, and this will be your finish mark. Well, I can't see that either. So they put it. So I now have that where I put my heel against the sandbag as my starting mark. Walk, walk, walk. Touch that with my toe and stop. Because you can't. It's a thing as an actor. You have to be on your mark. You have to be on your mark. Why? Because you have to be in your light, and you have to be in focus. That's less of a problem in these days of digital cameras, but back in the before times, you have to be in focus, and it's a crucial difference between whether you're here or here or there as to whether you're in focus, because they get tape measures and they measure the distance from the camera to you, and then they know where the focus is going to go. But what you can't do is that, right? Especially when you're wearing a very tight, constricting jacket, which in the first two films was not easy to wear. It was corseted up the back, brilliantly made, fantastic costume, but not easy to wear. And I can't look down at anything without doing that, which would look kind of weird. So actually, the kick mark was a good idea anyway. One of the greatest actors of all time got over this problem by doing this. If he had to walk and talk to you, he would do this. And then he'd deliver his line. So he built in that, well, I'm in focus and I'm lit, how about you? And his name was Spencer Tracy. What you're doing is, you have to cover it very, very well. So then they tell me that my eye line will be just this side of the camera. To me, there's a black hole.
Right.
If there's a camera, it's news to me. I can't see. So they put up, and again, I'm not joking, but they actually call it a pin light, which is like a tiny little flashlight, and that's your eye line. The next problem, having worked all that out, let's rehearse the shot. Okay, let's do that. And I immediately trod on the front of my skirt. So
who among us has not stepped on our own skirt while coursing?
They got clothes pegs, and they rolled up the bottom few inches of the skirt and pegged it round with clothes pegs. So any illusions I might now have about my innate power as Pinhead, because one of the great things of playing the part, especially in the first film, I walk on set and everything goes quiet. And everybody stares at me. And people go, oh my God. Can I? Oh, which is great. Yeah. Well, all those illusions are now to stand back, looking at a flashlight with my skirt. So, welcome to acting, ladies and gentlemen. So, Hellraiser 3, the optometrist at the end of the first day said, let's get these lenses out, and I want to fluoresce your eye and take a good look at you. And he said, immediately he said, we're not doing this. I don't know how we get around this, but we're not doing this because I can see scratching on your cornea. And then he came back and he had found a hospital in San Francisco that made soft contact lenses for children to wear for remedial action on their eyes that could be made to prescription. And he said, I've spoken to the hospital and they will make you a pair. 2 pairs, in fact. So he took me out to his consulting room in Greensboro, North Carolina. We were shooting in High Point. I got these lenses and it was wonderful. Before we started the makeup, first thing that happened was in went the lenses, and the lenses stayed in all day, and I never thought about them. And then they came out when we wrapped, and it changed everything for me. And God, I wish we'd had them from the get-go. You'll also notice in the scene in Hellraiser when Pinhead first arrives in the hospital, we are Cenobites, explorers in the further regions of experience, all of that, right? When we shot that, Ashley was not on set. The continuity girl was reading the lines very quietly, and I could barely hear her. We had these huge Ritter fans, they're called, big fuck-off fans on either side. I've seen lots of big fans at conventions over the years, but none as big as these. They are huge, and they really, and that was so they could really belt out the smoke on the smoke machines. But they were lifting the corners. I could feel the edges of the contact lenses being lifted. And the thing you don't want to do is blink. Again, it's, any of the power and majesty of Pinhead is going to be undercut if he's standing there going, we're Cenobites. So I'm fighting that all the way through.
Much less sinister if he's winking at ways. Well, we're Cenobites.
Then 2 things happened. Clive is a genius, and he is absolutely wonderful to work with. One of the things that makes him fantastic to work with as a director, and a lot of you may know I'd worked with him for 10 years in theatre before we did Hellraiser, so I knew his ways. He's getting very excited by all of this. I smoked then. He had the first of 2 brainwaves. The first was